So, last time we left off, the group had a little bit of downtime, just about 3 days or so, to take care of business around Mariner's Haven and get themselves, really established and get a solidified foothold in the city. Afterwards, they went on a little adventure to go and capture or hunt down and take down the Drow Lady. They met a strange individual named Madame Poopstool, who had a lot of information and a lot of rambling as well, but mostly helpful. Afterwards, they embarked on the expedition proper, met an orc camp that had some interesting damage from an interesting character that they have met in the past. After immolating the survivor, they all, the party continued into the cave in question, and in the depths of said cave, they found an underground bunker fortress laboratory thing. Upon arriving, they met a frost giant, whose name was... What was his name?
Villavuthax.
Yeah, Villavuthax. That is correct. I should have written that down somewhere in my notes. Anyways, so after freeing him and promising that they would come back, they found the switches, opened the secret door, and confronted Arya the Drow. After a tough, grueling, but surprisingly fast combat encounter, in no part thanks to their friend and summon Friedrich, the brute was destroyed and Arya was slain. And that is where we currently find ourselves, with the body of Arya in front of Viathan, who is standing there, face exposed, his mask dripping blood as he stares down at his slain enemy. So, what are you all doing?
Good morning.
Oh, you just woke up. I'm gonna run over to Blink and try and pop one of those pills in her mouth.
Alright, Blank, roll me a D100, please.
Okay, give me 1 second. D100. That is not in the thing. Okay, /R. I never do this.
Okay, you're good. No, you do not have to roll in the consequence table, and you come back to consciousness.
You alright,
Okay.
Blink?
What happened?
I can't remember.
Yeah, me neither.
Like
me neither.
this. I think you got hit by the woman. Spell something. Yeah. Anyway.
She got beaten into the ground by the brute.
I see.
She kind of
After
shakily gets up and kind of dusts herself off before looking around.
you see Viathan standing there, unmoving, staring at the drow.
Viathan, are there any issues? Or can we get going now?
He's not going to acknowledge anything, like he can't hear anything going on around him, as he's just going to kind of drop to his knees in front of the body and hold the mask in front of him like he's staring at it face to face. And just, you're going to hear him just keep repeating to himself, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Friedrich steps up next to you and kind of reaches down and grabs the drow's body by the neck and lifts it up into the air. This is artificial.
What does that mean?
Friedrich grabs the drow's collar and pulls it down, and on the neck you can see, by all means, what looks like a serial number next to a barcode.
Oh,
Would
what?
this happen to relate to the amalgamations we saw in the town that Anastasia was her name was creating? Because we haven't heard of those things in a while.
The sins of the ancients grow ever deeper.
Does this mean she isn't dead? Was she controlling
see-
this person?
You see little bits of the fingers start to disintegrate and flake away.
Oh.
The tips of the hairs are breaking off and drifting into the air and disappearing.
I guess we can't show her to Villa Vuthax.
Friedrich drops the body in it. As it hits, there's a of dust as the body starts to disintegrate in earnest.
So she is
Whoever put the bounty on her head knew this would happen. They never intended on forking out the money. They just wanted her gone.
It was a lousy way to do it.
He turns his eyes towards you, Blank. The burning spheres of white light in his helmet bearing into you.
She takes a step back because she hasn't really fought hostility like this before.
I'm gonna step in front of. I'm gonna step in the line of sight. That I'm not. That this is not something I'm going to allow to happen. You came here to kill this drow.
I made a deal with Vythan. I will honor it. But next time we meet, Fiery One, and you...
He points to Cassia.
She
next
just.
time we...
Never mind.
Next time we meet, I will have no such agreement to honor. You don't know what forces you all are playing with.
Then tell me. You seem to know more than I do right now.
He turns his eyes away from you.
I can't look at you for too long. I may go blind. From the light scorching out from within you. And you...
He glares at Cassia.
You think this drow witch here was the only one with a dual soul?
What's that supposed to mean?
What didn't your precious god tell you? You're more pathetic than I thought.
She just glares at him, staring him directly in the face. I don't think you know what you're talking about.
You have no idea what I can see. You have no idea.
He starts walking towards you, Cecil.
Don't. If. Fine. What do you want?
Move.
I move.
He takes a step up to Blank.
She stares him dead in the eye.
You're not even aware, are you?
What? I haven't been aware. I've been in the dark of everything for days. I don't know anything. So yeah, to say I'm unaware is pretty accurate.
He kind of looks towards the rest of the group.
Very well. I'll tell you.
Suddenly, there's a sound as the doll on your hip turns towards him. Down.
You too, huh?
And then the doll's arm shoots forward and expands into a massive, clawed, veiny, muscled hand that slams into Friedrich and knocks him across the laboratory. He smashes into the back wall and falls down. The doll's hand returns back to its place.
Oh my god!
What in the world?
Very well. We'll save it for later then.
That wasn't my doing.
I have business to attend to. Next we meet, you'll be at the end of my sword.
He turns from you all. There's a flash of light. The ground seems to light up, and he sinks down into it, and he disappears.
After this all has happened, Blank is gonna run over to Viathan and put her hand on his shoulder and just kind of try to look in his eyes, be like, "Are you all right? Are you all right?"
He's just gonna stare completely through her as if nothing's around him, as he just again keeps muttering to himself, I'll kill them. I'll kill them all. They're dead. I'll kill them."
Blank looks at the rest of the party. What happened?
Heck if I know.
For one of the first times, Cassia does not look at Viathan with disdain, but with a sadness as she steps up and kind of gently places her hand on his other shoulder that Blank isn't. "I am sorry your friend was taken from you."
The soul that we were after got taken from him.
Taken? In what way?
You guys know who took it.
Mr. Free.
Well, does anyone know a way to snap him out of this?
I mean, I have an idea, but it won't be pleasant.
In what way?
Well, pain is the best medicine.
No, don't think that's a good idea. Really don't think that's a good idea, especially in the current state. He looks not fully there.
Okay, and how else do you reckon we get him back? He clearly won't acknowledge anyone.
We can try and just pick him up and bring him to the hotel. Maybe.
And how much good would that do him? Trauma is not something that's so easily overcome.
I guess, honestly, a good plan was just to wait here until he acknowledges us. Let him work through. It almost looks like he doesn't even realize we're here.
Viathan,
Fine.
Do you want us to help you kill them?
He's going to stand up. He's going to take the mask and kind of attach it to this kind of like belt loop, but he's no longer wearing it. And he kind of takes a second to look around at all y'all and kind of like slowly begin to like try and comprehend the situation he's in. I'll kill him. There's no other option. He has to die.
Mr. Free, are you suggesting we kill... what is practically a god?
Quick question. Luke, what was the name of that, head of the Ancients that the Drow told me?
That was Mordred.
Mordred, gotcha. Okay. He's still kind of muttering, but you can hear both the names of Free and Mordred as well.
Blank like waves in front of his face, trying to get his attention, and she says, "We'll help you with it. Like, you don't have to do this alone. I don't know what's happening, but we can help. You're obviously distressed."
At this point, I think he's just gonna kind of like stop muttering, and it's just gonna be a kind of a blank stare. But at this point, he's just kind of he's listening to what you guys are saying. He can actually hear you, but it's just kind of like there's no physical response.
Can you follow us out of here, Viathan?
He again just keeps looking at you.
All right, well, I'm going home. I'm not going to stay in this ranky, danky, dusty, musty, crusty little cave any longer.
Is the body
And
still...
I walk out.
Alright.
Is the body still there at all? Anything left of it?
No, the drow has at this point completely disintegrated into a fine ash.
Can I pick up some of the dust?
You may indeed.
Okay.
The body of the brute is still there, completely cloven in half from Friedrich's last attack, and the body that is being grown in the tank is still there.
We should we bring this back? What was the guy's name who's like sending us on all of these quests?
Lord Erickson.
Lord Erickson. Do you think Lord Erickson would have any interest in this?
I mean, I doubt he's paying us now, so I don't care what he has interest in, honestly.
Okay. I'm gonna go get Villa Vuthax out of here. Good luck, Viathan.
Blank kind of holds Viathan by the shoulder and is trying to lead him out of the cabin.
He is gonna walk where she's leading him.
Okay. Cool. So she starts walking towards the exit.
Cassie follows.
After you get him out, do you guys want to help me with Villa Vuthax? Please?
I mean, I'm gonna stay here for now.
He
Cassie,
only
you
has
wanna go
one
help?
leg.
Cassie is almost in her own state of shock and her own mind thinking about what Friedrich said, but when you say that to her, she kind of shakes her head and kind of comes to herself. Yeah, I will help.
Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna walk with Cassia to Villa Vuthax's chamber.
All right, you do so. And upon arriving, he kind of looks up. Hello. You're not dead.
Yeah, we killed her, but I release my hand and the dust falls out of it to the floor. She turned to this.
He just kind of smirks. Drama queen.
That's a perfect response, honestly.
Okay. I can get you out of here now.
Would she now?
Yeah. I will use mold earth on the walls to make them larger for him.
He kind of nods. His eyes still look lazy, but you can see the tiniest twinkle of hope in them.
Okay,
thank you.
As we walk, I assume Cassia will just help him walk, and I'll just make the walls larger for him to get through.
Yeah, she's holding him on the side where he doesn't have a foot. And is helping him walk.
He is massive, but this is going to take a hot minute. So, I won't make you roll for anything. It's just going to take a while. It's going to take about 45 minutes to an hour to get him out of here. What are the rest of you doing while they're assisting Villa Vuthax?
I'm trying to get any response whatsoever from Viathan, whether it's trying to be comfort or just acknowledgement at all.
I'm out of the cave.
Okay.
Is there anything particular you're saying or asking?
Mostly, you just keep saying over and over in kind of like a reassuring tone. It's gonna be all right, no matter what. It's gonna be all right.
I'll see. Go ahead.
And every once in a while, she'll ask him "What happened? Why are you like this? What happened?"
I'll probably say he slowly starts to come to and being able to actually respond. He gets to the point. It's just 153 years waited, and for it to be ripped out of my hands again. I'll kill him.
And kind of when he says that and she kind of sees his rage, you also see almost the fire in her hair start to grow a little bit brighter. But that's what Blank's doing.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. So, Cecil, I'm assuming that you're waiting impatiently for them?
Yeah.
All right.
Ugh. People are so slow.
So, quick question. Where Blank, which direction would you have taken us?
Back towards the town, if anything. I think I'm actually probably waiting outside of the cavern, waiting for Hearth and all of them.
Okay, so we'll wait till
outside of the cavern.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are just waiting at the mouth of the cavern. It's misty. It's cold. It's kind of strange how cold it is for. I mean, this area doesn't get much warmer than 70 degrees about ever because it's so far south. But the Tri-Isles, the country that you guys are in right now, are there. It's not supposed to be this cold in the summer. You're seeing your breath.
Is the cold coming from anywhere? Or is it just like a atmosphere?
It's just
cold?
everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Gray clouds have rolled in, and icy rain is starting to fall. You can smell
Suppose you brought an umbrella.
Yeah, you can smell the leaves getting wet in the gentle. Ah, actually, I have an SFX for this.
Fun.
Yeah. Just a gentle rain coming down.
Well, then I'm going to stay slightly inside of the mouth of the cave.
All right.
Same. And Blank is
There's
kind of like keeping everyone kind of huddled near, and she's letting off more heat.
Yeah, easily enough. You managed to warm up the area quite well.
Cassia.
All right. Eventually. Yeah. Go ahead.
Cassia, thank you for the help with him.
It's no problem. We promised we'd get him out.
Yeah.
We have to stay true to that.
I wish Klaus was awake for that. He could have helped out too.
I probably could have, yes.
You're not there.
Oh, I thought they were at the. I thought they already got him.
No, they're almost there. They're like, you guys are at the. I'd say about halfway between the fortress and the cave. The rest of you can hear them approaching.
When we get around the room with the robots in it, can I just like peek in and see if they're quote unquote alive?
They appear to all be inactive. You're not sure if they're, still alive, quote unquote, as you said, but they're definitely inactive.
All right. I'm gonna have to bring one of those home later, I guess. No. Okay, I'm gonna just continue on with Cassia.
Okay. You all reach the entrance of this cave and reunite with the rest of the group. Vyathan, how you doing?
I'm gonna say with Blank's work on trying to talk to him and calm him down, he's at least a little bit more coherent and sensible. I'd say he's absolutely nowhere near what he was before, but he's at least... It doesn't feel like he's completely, as manic as he was a little while ago when this originally happened.
All right. Okay. So, you have all gathered back at the entrance of the cave. Villa Vulfax kind of looks around. He closes his eyes and takes a deep breath.
Ah, it's been so long since I've smelled the air like this. It smells different when you're free, I swear.
I kind of pat his leg. I'm happy we got you out of there.
I'm grateful. If you all need anything from old Villa Vulfax, you just let me know.
Do you want us to bring you back to the hotel?
How would the common folk react?
That's true.
They who give elves a strange look. If a giant were to enter their town.
That is very true. Well,
From personal experience, not fun.
Let us know where
Oi.
Hold, is
He
he
just
missing
said
a
I.
foot?
Yes, he is.
Oh, if you... I mean, I can come back tomorrow and I can fix that for you.
What?
Your missing foot.
What?
Yeah?
I can restore it if need be.
Wait. How much magic can you all do?
All of it, pretty much. I mean, I'm almost to the highest level I could be.
That's nearly straight up blasphemy.
You can just give him his foot back.
Well, yeah, it's a spell I know. It's called Regenerate, but it'll take me till tomorrow to be able to cast it.
I guess I don't have to give you that, fake foot after all.
Well, I mean, I suppose if you want to, you could.
No.
I wouldn't want
I'd
to waste
like my
magic,
foot
but I have
back.
to.
I'd like my foot back, but I kind of did want a robotic arm. That sounds fun.
Oh,
And we can
Okay.
always chop it off.
he's also missing an arm.
Yeah, I'm a bit lopsided at the moment. He seems very jolly and almost gleeful to. As the rain is hitting his skin, it can't even like roll all the way down before it freezes on his blue thick skin.
Oh wow.
Well, let us know where you end up staying so we can come back to you.
I don't know. I reckon I might stay in this cave.
Okay.
Alright, if you want to accompany me, Hearth, we can come back tomorrow and I'll
Yes.
get them all patched up.
I definitely would like to. Yes.
In the meanwhile, I'm going to go back to the hotel and take a sleep.
I think
All right.
Viathan also needs some sleep.
Okay. So, you all begin the journey back to Mariner's Haven.
I'm gonna rust.
Huh?
I'm gonna rust.
One more time? I'm sorry.
I said I'm gonna
He's going
rust.
to rust.
Oh, come on, man. You're a better inventor than that. So, as you all travel back through the woods to Mariner's Haven, feeling a sense of relief that the drow has finally been taken care of and a sense of melancholy to the state of Viathan. As you get closer, you start noticing in the distance where Mariner's Haven is. There's a gentle orange glow. And from that direction, it appears that the clouds have grown darker.
Oh no, Mariner's Haven is on fire. And Klaus starts sprinting.
I
Alright.
start running after him.
You all immediately start sprinting towards Mariner's
I'm
Haven.
dragon
Hearth is screaming, no, 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 no.
As you get closer and closer, the walls come into view and you can hear the screams. You can hear the explosions. You can hear the whistling of cannonballs smashing through stone and wood, and just fire has engulfed the city. As you reach the gate, the guards at the entrance are just freaking out. One of them in blue, the other one in red. He runs up to you all. He's like, don't, they're here.
Who's here?
Get out of my way! And
And
Klaus
you just
shoves them out of the
you
way.
just shove him out of the way and barrel into the city. You see people trying desperately to escape. The streets are filled with people desperately trying to get to the gates. Guards trying to restore order. There, you just hear as a building next to you explodes. Pebbles and splinters rain down all over you. Waves of heat are cutting through the icy rain that's falling from the sky. You just hear cannonballs flying through the sky, the distant rumble of cannons, one after the other, thumping, 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 and just screams and explosions. The guards are yelling, and one of them recognizes you all. He runs over to you. Klaus, you just barrel past him. But he looks towards you, Viathan. He says, Viathan, they're here. The war has begun.
No. Okay, can I do something real quick?
Yes, go ahead.
I want to open up the back of my backpack and let my metallic wings come out and fly towards the workshop.
With a clack and a the rain is blasted away from Hearth as the wings explode from his back. Are you flying towards the...
I'm flying towards the workshop.
You take off, launching off the ground, a trail of water behind you as you cut through the rain that's coming down. Then you see more people flying through the sky, not on majestic wings like you, but on gliders. You see more of them being launched from ships that are in and outside of the harbor. Cannonballs are raining from those ships, slamming into the ships that are in the harbor. They're just burning husks of what they used to be. The warehouse district is gone. It's engulfed in a massive, massive, massive fire that is twisting the clouds above it into a cyclone mixing of heat and cold from just the massive inferno that has engulfed the warehouse district. Every once in a while, there's an explosion that sends up a fresh cloud of black ash into the sky. You head towards the workshop, flying as fast as you can. One of the gliders comes close to you, but he can't dare to match your maneuverability with these wings. You expertly dodge and weave, just hoping, praying that everything's okay. You approach the aristocratic district, and you notice two things. Lord Erickson's mansion is completely ablaze, and so is the workshop. There appears to be an entire battalion of soldiers outside of the workshop, but the doors are still sealed.
Okay.
There's a whining noise that reaches your ears, even through the explosions, even through the whistling of the wind, even through the rain that's pelting down on you, even from the screams and the roar of combat. This piercing sound just cuts through. The soldiers down, formed into like a block formation. You notice a couple of battering rams trying to knock through the laboratory's door. You see them try and scatter, but it's too late. Balls of energy and pure, raw, hot plasma cut through the crowds, one after the other. You see multiple men fall to each shot that's going through. And you see, on the roof, more of the men with gliders fighting with Gunther. He's wielding a whip made of plasma, whipping it, and you just see it cut through the air, the evaporating raindrops as it slices a man's head off, and he just falls down. Another man pulls out a gun and tries to unload on Gunther before, from one of the structures on the roof that is used for collecting data, you see Quaddle jump down, holding a heavy piece of iron, and slams it on the man's head. He drops like a sack of potatoes.
They're so cool. I'm gonna fly over to them.
All right, you fly up, and as you approach, they turn towards you.
It's me.
Quaddle's eyes immediately light up in wonder, and she like hops up and down. Her mask falls down. Mr. Hart is flying. And Gunther's eyes just widen. Well, it's good to see you, even under the circumstances, Hart.
It's good to see you.
How are you doing?
Not great. Is
everything
okay?
They set the workshop on fire. Everything is burning in their heart.
Oh.
Quaddle's eyes light up.
Don't worry, Quaddle managed to save the Kingbird.
That's good. Okay.
You notice her fur is scorched.
Oh.
You can see angry red patches of skin that have been burnt and blistered. You see she's limping on one of her legs. Though her eyes are full of wonder, she's sooty and black, and she looks like she's about to fall over. There's blood matting her fur, and Gunther isn't in much of a better state.
Can I try and patch both of them up and use Cure Wounds on both of them?
You would have to use one casting per.
Yes.
All right, go ahead. Roll healing.
Okay. I'm just going to like patch them up with some whatever they're called. I can't remember.
Okay. We can say, do you have a description for this?
What's the thing that you like pull around wounds to like close them? I can't remember. Like the cloth stuff.
Oh, just a bandage?
Yeah, bandage.
Cloth?
Oh my gosh, I couldn't remember. I'm just bandaging them up. Can I reroll?
Okay, you easily
one
bandage
healing?
them up. No.
Okay.
No. So, I'm assuming you would have tried to heal Quaddle first.
Yes.
So you have 6 points of healing. 6 points of healing to her, 10 points of healing to Gunther. They look a little better. Quaddle's eyes, you notice, they're a little bit hazy.
Quaddle, you should go downstairs.
Quattle cannot go inside. Inside, everyone is dead and burnt. They want to get in to find the artillery.
What do we do?
I think we run.
We can't let them have the artillery.
Oh, they won't. But we should be very far away.
Will I need to get my kingbird out of there?
Quattle saved it already.
It's not there anymore. Okay.
No.
And what about
It's
my
safe.
butler? My butler?
He's still there.
I'm going to go inside.
All right, there's an access hatch on the roof. You notice a few more of those glider guys coming in, just cutting through the air, trying to reach towards the laboratory. Gunther glares at them and goes, "Ah, more pests." You see he taps on something on his arm, and from the roof, there's just little turrets raise up and start shooting balls of plasma at them.
So
They cut down 1, 2, 4, 6 of them before one of them manages to barely make it through, and then Gunther lashes out his whip, makes a sound as it cuts through the air and slices off one of the glider wings. He goes spiraling out of control with a and misses the building.
Oh my gosh. They're so cool.
We will hold the roof. Go find your friend.
Thank you.
Be safe, Mr. Hart.
Thank you. I go down.
All right. The rest of you, what are you doing?
So as the fire and explosions are going around her, I don't know who's near Blank right now, but they see her like she's like, almost mesmerized and staring at the fire. She slaps a hand over her mouth, but through the cracks of her hand, you can see her grinning extremely wide.
The town of
Um,
Mariner's Haven is burning.
Cassie's gonna run in the direction of the cult's headquarters where they reside.
All right. As you get closer and closer, you notice more and more black-robed figures running alongside of you. One of them is the messenger.
Lady Cassia,
Is everybody out?
we've evacuated a majority of our funds, resources, and people.
Okay, is
We can
there
use some-
anybody left behind in anything?
Just those crazy enough to wait for you.
Okay, where are they? I'll get them out.
He kind of gestures to all of the robed figures running with you and to himself.
We wait for your command, my lady.
Let's just try and get out of the city for now.
What about your friends? Do they need help?
I don't know. A few of you can stay with me,
Of course, my lady.
but everybody
You
else
hear wood being ripped apart as a hail of gunfire starts ripping through the street that you're on. Suddenly you see some individuals running out from the alleyway brandishing weapons before the robed figures. Every single one of them turns a barrel and completely mows these people down. They fall like cement blocks. The messenger looks towards you. I believe we'll be able to hold our own, my lady.
Very well. I trust you to protect our city and what is important.
If I'm being honest, my lady, I think the city is gone. We'll do what we can while we're here. Rescue what you need us to. Evacuate what you need us to. But other than that, we're all planning on getting out of here. This war is not something that we're equipped to handle head on. But
You're right.
as a note, my lady, they have not touched the shipyard. The rest of the city is in flames. The warehouses have been annihilated. But for some reason, they haven't touched the shipyard. From what I've been told, a flagship has been moored there. Or at least approaching.
That's good to know. Thank you. I will get my friends together, figure it out.
I'm not sure if that's a good idea. It's a flagship, my lady. I believe the general is there. Though while they're there, I can only fear the worst. After all, there's someone there with some very delicate information, isn't there?
Must be. Either way, carry on as you were.
Of course, my lady.
She
We will scatter
back.
and assist your friends.
She nods at him and then turns to try and run back where she left everybody.
All right. You do so, pushing through the streets. People are either hiding in homes or trying to escape the city. The streets are in chaos. There's bullets flying. Blink. You hear a familiar scream. Stay away from her!
Is that Spike?
It is.
Oh gosh. Okay. I'm running towards him.
All
Her
right, you
smile drops when she hears that.
You do so. You arrive into a square full of civilians and full of invading soldiers. Many of them appear to be orcs, many of them appear to be human, and quite a few of them are elves as well. They're keeping a vigilant eye around, and they have about 30 people in a circle, sitting down. Their guns and blades are pointed at the group of people. One of the larger orc men just yells, "Don't try anything funny!" He yells it to Spike, who is currently standing between Remy and a soldier. Remy is on the ground.
Like, is she fine? Does she look okay?
She looks shaky.
Okay.
Don't touch her again! I won't touch her if she stops being a smart-mouthed little brat!
She rushes up to them and tries to part the crowd and get to where Remy and Spike are.
So to give you a bit of a visual right here, okay? You have a group of people in the middle in this square with buildings all around in a circle formation, okay? There are enemy soldiers pretty much all over this area, keeping these people in the circle.
Man.
That's what you see. Spike and Remy are over here. You're running in from right here.
All right. So, am I able to run up to them?
There are soldiers in the way who are keeping a close eye out on anybody approaching.
Okay, I'm gonna start punching.
All right, roll to hit. All right, so the first, you jump in and immediately on the first one, roll damage.
Ignore the hex on this because I accidentally put it. I don't think it's
Okay.
there.
No, it's not. All right, so 13 points of damage. You knock him head over heels, tumbling, but he looks okay. Next attack on the next one. He's out of your way. There's one
Okay.
more in your way. Natural 20. Roll damage.
Nice.
As you're running forward, the guard that's yelling at Spike takes a step forward and nails him in the stomach. You see Spike drop to his knees, coughing.
No, she is screaming at this point.
Using that rage, you lash out with your gauntlet, which suddenly ignites with a white-hot fire. And this next guy, you hit him so hard, he goes flying in 2 directions.
Oh.
You burned and smashed this man in 2 pieces.
Oh.
And then you jump at the final soldier who just punched Spike. He turns at you, eyes wide with fear. What are you doing?
I am heating up as hot as I can, and I am just poking them into his eyeballs. The points of my gauntlets in his eyes.
All right. Roll 2 attacks.
Oh, there we go.
That's a hit. That is going to be a miss. So roll damage on the first one. All right. So holy crap. So what is 14, 8, 22 points of damage as he dodges one of the gauntlets. You swing the other one to smack his head between the 2 red-hot gauntlets. He screams out in pain and falls over. You have a few seconds of surprise as all of the soldiers just look confused.
At this point, I don't care about everyone else. I'm trying to grab Remy, and I'm trying to grab a Spike, and I'm trying to get out.
All right, you reach down to help them. The gauntlets cooling off rapidly in the icy rain. You hand out a gauntlet to each of them. Remy and Spike both take them. Remy looks at you with fear.
My mom, she's still in there.
You see... You see a hardness kind of go over her face as she turns her and says, "Can't you live without her?"
Remy's eyes kind of widen in disbelief.
You're gonna die. We're gonna die. If we don't leave right now.
All the guards have started to turn their guns at you two. Remy's just shaking her head. She's not moving.
I can't leave her.
Spike is looking confused and hurt and angry. He is kind of clenching his stomach. Blank, what are you talking about? That's her family.
You see Blank, you can tell on her face there's a mix of emotions happening. She's looking between them, between the crowd, between them. I don't know if this is something that happens. It depends on game rules. Do we get back our spell slots on level up?
I can say that you guys had a short rest on the way over here.
Okay. And
the crowd of people is looking at you terrified. The guards have pointed their weapons. What looks to be the main guy holds up his weapon. Stop.
She is gonna turn to. Gosh, this is so stupid. I have 1 HP. No. Okay, she's gonna grab Spike and she's gonna grab Remy and she's gonna.
We had a short rest. Use your hit dice.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh.
I can say you have. Okay. As soon as this happens, 2 things happen. Viathan, what are you doing?
I'm gonna see kind of like the situation that she's thrown herself in, and there's gonna be just a bit of snap back to the situation, realizing I still have people around me that I still have a connection to some people, and I'm gonna see all the guards surrounding, and I think I'm gonna cast Mass Hideous Laughter.
Yeah!
Let's go.
Oh boy!
All right.
Let's freaking go.
Goodness gracious! I gotta roll back up to where we had that.
I know. I lost it as well.
It's okay. Okay, we'll find it.
All right. I think. All right. So as soon as you step into this plaza, you see them pointing their guns at Blank, one of the only people that you still have a connection with on this earth. You see them about to enter. They're about to take someone else away. And in spite of yourself, You smile. It's not happening. You feel something crawling out from within you. A madness, a hate, a rage, a need, a burning need. And the madness that you held within you explodes outwards. Screaming faces start whirling around the entire plaza like a tornado. And the guards, one by one, only the guards, start falling down and start laughing so hard, some of them immediately start choking up blood. One of them starts walking in circles, his eyes glaze. One of them immediately puts his gun in his mouth, starts chewing on it. Everything immediately descends into chaos. One of them runs into the crowd and just starts tackling people. They're screaming. There's the crackling of fire burning. The rain suddenly starts intensifying in its coming down. There's just chaos and screaming, and that's when you hear, "For the Lord of the Passing!" And then cultists on the roof, one after the other, train their guns and start mowing these guards down. People start running for safety. Blink. You are safe.
Let's go. If I can, she's going to, if there's any sort of crowd still surrounding them, she's going to cast Fire Blast, and she's going to push one of them 10 feet, hopefully clearing away whoever was standing in line.
Repeat that one more time. I apologize.
Eldritch Blast, but with Eldritch implications, that's going to push them 10 feet away.
Who are you attacking? The guards?
I'm attacking the guards, hoping that it clears a path, like it pushes multiple away.
So once he started casting that, some of them fell on the ground, started rolling around. Some of them ran in random directions. Some just started laughing. They're completely incapacitated right now.
Okay, and then at that point, she's probably just going to grab Remy, kind of a little forcefully than she would have, bring her into the pit, and just said, "Which one's your mom? Which one is her?"
Remy points out a brown-haired lady who looks similar to Remy. She has the same freckles, but there are lines on her eyes. She sees you and runs through the crowd to you. Remy! Me! Remy, she just kind of looks at you blank.
We have to leave.
Ignore that. Just letting you know.
Okay, that's fine.
Like, the city? The town?
We can't stay here.
Almost on cue, there's a massive explosion from the warehouses.
You're right. And she starts heading back towards, not necessarily where they came from, but towards where any sort of escape would be allowed.
All right. So from where you are right now, probably the northern gate would be the closest.
And she yells back to Viathan about where she's going, that she's leaving. This is a losing battle, Viathan. We got her mom. I think we can leave.
There's the sound of whistling cannonballs striking down more of the houses, more explosions, more fire, more screaming. Viathan, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna run with her, like towards her, and kind of, follow them along, trying to escape out of there.
All right, Cecil, what are you doing?
I'm running straight to the inn. Straight to the inn. I have been booking it to there since we got in this town.
You hear a whisper on the wind. All right. It tells you he's not here.
Oh, thank goodness.
He's at the mansion.
No! And he changes directions so fast. He is dashing every possible moment.
All right, you easily do so, charging up the aristocratic district towards the burning mansion of Lord Erickson.
Clive!
The rest of you, as you're charging towards the northern gate, you can hear Cecil's panic screaming.
No! Clive! Where are you?
Blank immediately turns to Remy and Spike and says, just keep running. And she turns back.
We'll be fine. Yeah, we'll be fine. Go. We're tough.
And this time she's booking it too, where Cecil
right.
is.
As you're running towards the mansion, you see a man in red armor laying up against a house. His leg is gone. But you recognize him. He's the man who would guide you through the mansion whenever you visited. He just looks up. He looks up, blood running down his mouth.
Save him. Lord Erickson. He'll give you his symbol. He'll give you his symbol of authority.
I don't care! Where is Clive?
He had to do some paperwork for the pharmacy. He's still in there.
I'm ignoring him.
All right. As you run past, Viathan, he reaches out and grabs your arm. Viathan, I don't understand why she did this.
Who?
I don't understand why she would do this. Sophie. You know.
Oh.
You know Sophie. She was the secretary.
Oh.
The assistant who was always with you guys every time you went to go meet Lord Erickson.
Hey, I'm looking for any type of bloodlust, so I'm bolting in along with Cecil.
All right. The man lowers his head, and
Any
in the
amount
heavy
of
rain.
fire? Any amount of fire, I'm tidal waving. I'm sorry that I interrupted you, but
No, it's all good. It's all good. You smash through the entrance of the mansion, a massive wave of water crashing through, dousing everything. You can hear weak cries. You can hear someone yelling, "Help!"
Clive!
As you...
I'm here, Lord Cecil.
Are you alright?
A voice
Please
calling
tell
from
me
the...
you're alright!
A voice calling from the second floor.
I'm alive, Master.
I have to make it to him. I have to.
All right, you run up the stairs, not even worrying about the fire that's licking at you. You are going to take 10 points of fire damage as you charge through this mansion. And then you see him. His hands are raised up, holding a pillar that is threatening to crush him.
Lord Cecil.
I'm using telekinesis to move out of the way.
Easily enough.
It's good to see you, my lord.
He gives you a big hug. Yep, he gives you a big hug right
hard.
back. He grabs the back of your head and holds you close into his shoulder.
It's all right, my lord. It's okay. It's all right.
Clive, please.
I won't, my lord. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right, Lord Cecil. I'm okay. I'm okay. It's okay.
He just rubs the back of your head, comforting you. The rest of you manage to make it up to the second floor.
We need to leave. Now. We have to go. I don't care
That's when you hear...
about Lord Erickson. I don't care about anyone else. As long as you're okay.
All right, let's get out.
I'm all right, Lord Cecil.
As you all start
go.
running, as you all run back down the stairs, you pass a room, and inside you see Lord Erickson laying on the ground, barely propped up against a desk, holding his arm. And in front of him stands three strange sights to you all. First of all, ladies, Sophia, the secretary, pointing a gun straight at Lord Erickson's head. Secondly, Kyle the adventurer. And thirdly, Friedrich von Brandt. They all stand over Lord Erickson. Lord Erickson kind of looks up and smiles.
You know, Sophie, a twisted, dark part of me is so proud of you.
She gets a look of disgust on her face.
You're never my father.
That's true. but I did raise you. It's just a shame you couldn't turn out like me. Then we wouldn't be going through this.
I've been shown a better way, Father. No, Lord Erickson. I will cleanse the ports of your evil.
She pulls the trigger. The sound rings out, and Lord Erickson falls. Kyle nods.
All right, let's go. Eventually the siege will reach here as well.
He turns. Have any of you stopped?
No.
I would have stopped.
I would have also.
Cecil is out. Blank and Viathan. Viathan especially, you meet eyes with Kyle. And you see a determination, a fierceness, all naivete and jolliness gone from his gaze. He looks you in the eyes.
It's such a shame it had to turn out like this, Viathan.
What way would that be?
I wasn't aware when we first met. I wasn't aware you were part of the evil of this town.
Friedrich, already having his weapons out, just glares at you all. And Sophia, still glaring at the body of Lord Erickson, turns towards you all as well.
So, they're the ones that I was telling you about, Kyle.
Kyle just shakes his head.
No, Sophie. Don't call me that anymore.
She nods.
Of course, Alexander.
Let go. Friedrich is just glaring at you, Viathan.
Are you sure you don't want to end them now?
Yeah. There's been enough bloodshed today.
We're ready, Free. There's a flash of light. There's a... And the room is carved out in a perfect circle as everything in that sphere is completely destroyed.
Oh.
And they all disappear.
What?
Kill them all.
I'll help.
You notice in Lord Erickson's hand is almost like in the bottom of the sphere where everything was. Lord Erickson, most of this room has been completely erased. But in the bottom of the sphere, there appears to be a badge of some sort. It appeared to survive Free's deletion.
I'm gonna go pick it up.
Yeah.
You do so. The roof above you immediately collapses. I need you to make a dexterity save.
Yay.
All right. Smashing down on your shoulder comes down one of the flaming pillars. You take 24 points of damage.
Okay.
Oh.
But that's it. That happens.
Yes, you are smashed by it. You are not pinned by it, but the fire is starting to really roar around you all.
Okay. I'm gonna get back out of the crater or whatever the little hole was left with the thing, and get back to Blank, and then I guess we can head out.
All right. As you're running down the stairs, they collapse underneath you. I need both of you to make dexterity saves.
Okay.
Dang.
Oh.
All right.
As
You know what? No. Hold on. Indomitable.
All right.
Never mind.
Oh my god.
Doesn't matter. All my rolls were the last session. We're back to normal.
All right. As you fall down, as the stairs collapse from underneath you, there's a as one of the main support pillars for the mansion falls on both of you and smashes down, crushing the stairs and smashing into you. I'm going to roll a d20 for Blank and a d20 for Viathan. Viathan,
Awesome.
you managed to dodge out of the way. You're still clipped, and you're still going to take another 24 points of bludgeoning damage,
All right.
but you are not trapped. Blank, however, how much HP do you have?
I have 37.
All right, you take 24 points of damage and are now pinned under one of the main support pillars of the house.
She like screams out as she's being pinned. She hates this feeling of being trapped, and she's desperately trying to like burn the wood around her.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a Constitution check.
Constitution check. Okay.
Yep.
Just a straight Constitution.
Just a straight Constitution check.
Can I also try and assist lifting the board?
As you try and get close, she just screams, and in her voice is the roar of thousands of fires. Her hair explodes white hot, and the beam above her explodes, snaps in half, and lifts off from the force of the flame she emits. You have to take a step back as she crawls out and escapes all by herself.
What did I just do?
Doesn't matter. Let's go.
You all
And-
run. I need both of you to make athletics checks, please.
Oh my gosh! I'm scared.
Let's go.
Oh my god!
You
Why
both
are we rolling it?
Adrenaline rush really works.
you both sprint out of there as hard as you can. A chandelier falls, another support beam. A cannonball smashes through the wall and lands somewhere behind you. Everything is on fire. The mansion is collapsing, but you both manage to burst through the side of the building, just smashing through the wall, rolling into the streets, and continuing your desperate run as Lord Ericsson's manor collapses in a heap of smoke and fire and cinders. Cassia. What are you doing? Where are you at?
She has been frantically running around the city trying to find the group, and because they weren't there where they were last time, so she's been just running around trying to find anybody.
All right. Let's see. As you're running around, one of the cult members runs towards you. We found them.
Where?
They're over by the mansion. I have some bad news though.
What?
Remember the general docking in the shipyard?
Yes.
They've recruited the lady who had the blueprints for the Zeppelin.
Of course they... We have to worry about that later. I need to get to them.
Yes, of course, my lady. Come on. Let's go. They charge through. You notice a massive ship, taller than some of the buildings, pierce through the mist. Start slowly drifting towards Mariner's Haven. The cultist just looks back and shakes his head. This place is done for.
It is. And now, all we can do now is just get out. We'll make a plan later.
Of course, you charge towards the mansion. Hearth, everything is on fire. Metal is melting. Alarms are blaring. The floor is collapsing underneath you. You search and search and search. What are you doing?
I have one question before anything. The Zeppelin plans. I think Hearth would have either, if you would allow me, kept them on his person, but if not, in a safe.
I truly do believe that Hearth would have kept all of the most important blueprints on his person.
Okay.
I don't believe he would ever let them out of his sight.
Okay, thank you.
Yes,
Next,
of course.
can I see Callan or the car through everything?
All right, make a observation check.
Perception.
Use your observation hockey. No,
Natural 20.
you see the car. You see the car completely unscathed because of the armor that you put on it. And in the passenger seat is Callan. Yeah! He looks up. Oh, hello, master.
I would like to say for that roll, as I'm looking through, my eyes start to like glow a metallic orange color. And
Yes, they do.
They just zoom into that. Callan,
Yes, they do.
get in the
Hello,
front seat, Callan.
master.
Get in the front seat.
Yes, master. Would you like me to drive?
Yes. First, I need to open the door. Do I know how to open the door for him?
Yes, it's a door.
No,
There's
the locked door.
Oh. Callan just kind of looks at the armor of the car. It can take it.
No, Callan, wait. Would I know how to open the door from like being there for 4 days?
Yes, you would know how to open the door.
Okay, Callan, wait.
But it would be so cool,
No,
master.
No, we need this place to stay locked down. I'm going to open the door for him. Kind of walking through slowly walking through the fire.
All right. This is the front main door.
Yes.
All right.
All of the people
As you do
outside
so,
died, right?
not all of them,
Oh.
and
Oh,
you would
boy.
know this.
Callan, wait. I'm gonna run over to the car and hand him. Or wait, no. I'm going to instruct him on how to use the guns that are connected to the car.
Yes, master.
Then I'm going to open the door for him.
The doors open, and you see a guy on the other side looking really happy. Hey, we did it! Arms go flying, blood is flying, people are falling over as Callan unloads every single bullet this thing has into the crowd.
Just like the actors. We come full circle.
Okay, one more thing before we get the car out of there. Do I see the artillery thing you were telling me about?
Yes, but you'll remember Gunther said don't worry about it.
I want to use it, that's why.
Oh, okay.
Does it look
Yeah.
unscathed, or...?
It's scorched, there's fire around it. You can use it.
Would it be possible to connect it to the car?
I would say there would be a way to actually chain it to the back.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Okay, I would like to take just a few minutes to chain it to the back and get some ammunition in the back of the car.
All right, you do so. Callan assists you. The fires are burning. You're not going to be able to do much more.
Callan, while you're out of the car, I'm going to hand him the gun that Viathan gave to me. Use this to protect yourself.
Yes, master.
Okay. I think we have to go now.
Okay.
As we drive out of the front, I'm going to scream to Quaddle and Gunther. Can you two get down here?
Gunther kind of looks down. He's looking a little worried. Quatzal has collapsed.
I'm drive a few feet away. I'm going to fly up there.
Yes, master. He does so.
I fly up.
You see Quaddle on the ground on her hands and knees, just wheezing.
This smoke hurts.
Do I have any of the pills on me?
You would, yes.
Okay, Quaddle, I need you to take these. I'm gonna give her 10 of them.
Thank you, Mr. Hart.
She downs the pills.
You're gonna be okay, Quaddle. We need to make the Kingbird together.
Yes, the Kingbird. It will be so cool.
It's gonna be so cool. I'm going to take out my. How tall is this building?
It's about 2 stories tall. The main workspace area was quite large.
I'm going to take out my dagger and point the handle at her, and I'm going to use something I've been wanting to use for so long. 3 little tiny jet engines pop out of the back and fly to her. I'm going to say, "Let this happen," and I want them to slowly bring her down to the bottom.
All right, easily enough. They take off and very, very slowly and carefully lower her down to the car. Callan looks up. Should I catch?
Yes.
Come here to Callan.
Gunther, do you want me to do it to you too?
I'll be alright.
Okay. Let's get down there.
Alright. Oh, what a strange day. He leaps off the side of the building, twists a knob on his whip, whips it out up against another building, which wraps around a pole, and he swings, hits the ground, does a perfect parkour roll, lands with one hand on the ground, jumps up and charges towards the car.
Gunther,
Let's go.
Gunther, you're so cool.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
When we get out of here, I need you to teach me how to use that.
Oh, all right. Would you like me to make you one?
Yes.
Let's go find your friends.
Yes. I'm going to tell Callan to get in the passenger, and I'm going to drive us to the most likely place where they would be, the mansion.
All right, you move. It's not super far away.
With Quaddle in the back. Quaddle and Gunther in the back.
All right, Cassia, you catch up to Blink and Viathan stumbling. They're trying to run, but they're being supported by Cecil and Clive. They look a little roughed up, a little shaken up from especially Blink. Viathan, it's more mental for him.
When did you two get so heavy?
She runs
When
up.
did you
and
start
goes,
complaining so much?
She runs up, kind of out of breath from running, and quickly scans them to find any, if there was any major injuries.
Blink's.
There you are.
One of Blink's legs is looking pretty rough.
Let me. Can she walk up and cast Regenerate? Maybe, I don't know if that.
All right.
Since I feel like.
That's funny. Yeah, you can. You had Regenerate the whole time.
You could have healed the giant dude. That's
Nobody
what
Oh,
gosh.
I didn't think about that.
Oh my god!
Listen.
There.
Cassia was out of it.
The casting time is 1 minute, so you're going to have to take some time to do this. Fortunately, it's around that time that
Can I say something?
you hear.
I would have wanted to close the door. I just realized I didn't say that.
Okay, behind.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
easily enough. As you're driving away, you reach the group of your friends. It's going to be a tight fit, but I believe that
I'll hang
they'll
on
be
the
able to-
outside.
Yes, there's also some room to grab onto the artillery piece being towed behind.
I'll do that. I'll hang on the outside.
All right.
Off, why is my car covered in blood?
So, a lot of people are dead.
What else is new? Come on.
Yep.
Everyone get
Another
in.
explosion rocks the air as as another volley of cannon fire rips apart what is left of Mariner's Haven. You all get in the car. Some of
Did
you,
Spike and Remy make it?
They're out.
they ran on ahead.
I don't know what happened. I just she's with her mom and they ran. I don't think they're just leaving the area.
Good.
All
He
right.
cares about them. Oh.
Cecil's alive. Everyone's
You-
okay? Hello?
For
Everyone's
the most
okay?
part.
I don't think this is the time to be asking this.
Oh,
All right. You all load into the car. It's a tight fit. Some of you have to be in the floor, but it's all right. You see Quaddle's her breathing is still heavy. Gunther kind of looks a little concerned.
Can I use?
I believe-
Would Spare the Dying do anything?
She doesn't look to be on the brink of unconsciousness due to a lack of hit points.
She just breathed in a lot of smoke.
Yes, I believe she's poisoned. You may need to go find some medical assistance.
So, look, technical question here.
Yeah.
How does smoke work? Like, is it a certain amount fills up your lungs and then you can't breathe?
No, smoke has a little particulate that gets caught in the little cavities of your lungs, and that's what actually blocks off your air because it's happening at an almost microscopic level.
So the problem is it's too small. I'm gonna cast Enlarge and Reduce to enlarge her body.
In the car?
No, afterwards. I realize this is a bad idea now, but I'm just saying, if I expand her lungs, will they not be blocked anymore? Because there'll be enough room.
You'll find out.
Cool. That's very creative.
All right.
Doctor!
No, but by expanding her entire body, he means.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right. As you're driving towards the northern gate of, well, this would technically be the eastern gate. That's my bad. I got the directions mixed up. But you're going towards the eastern gate of Mariner's Haven when Gunther just kind of looks back and goes, "I believe this is enough. Enough room."
What?
What do you say, Quattle? He kind of leans over and just gently pats her on the shoulder. "Is it okay if I let the prototype go?" She kind of smiles and just nods.
They hurt the city. We will hurt them.
Oh, good. He presses a button on his he presses a button on his gauntlet and then leans back and puts his hands behind his head and just relaxes. 1, 2, 3. There's a moment of complete quiet as the air around you seems to tremble before a beam of white hot energy explodes into the sky from where the laboratory was, engulfing about a fifth of Mariner's Haven.
Hearth looks back in the rearview mirror and just starts laughing.
What in blue blazes?
Quaddle just gives a weak little smile and does the little victory sign with her hand.
Quaddle, you're gonna need to stay alive so we can make another one of those.
Quaddle nods.
Quaddle is going to go to sleep now.
Should we keep her awake?
I believe she needs some rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sleep well,
All right.
Quaddle.
And with that, you all manage to burst through the eastern gate. And with that, the car is driving on rough, uneven roads. The burning image of Mariner's Haven locked into all of your minds. What would you all like to do?
Okay, everyone. It seems our party has expanded by about a lot of people.
3.
Quick question. I'm still on the outside. Can I hear them?
No.
I'll roll down the window for you, though.
No. It's fine. It's fine.
No, I would have rolled down the window so you could hear.
There's still a lot of wind.
Yeah.
Wait, Leviathan, why don't you sit in Callan's lap?
You know what? You know what I'm just gonna do, just for the fun of it? Can I just pull sever my head by the neck and just hold it down with through one of the windows?
You can do that.
Yay!
Oh, that's not disturbing at all.
Leviathan's head pops in. Quaddle opens her eyes.
Oh, this dream again.
And she goes back to sleep.
What do you mean? Again, this is a common thing?
That's honestly so fair for, yeah.
I'm so dreamy.
Does anyone have anyone else we need to pick up?
Well, I mean, I'd like to save Remy and Spike and her mother, I guess, but I assume they'll be okay. I vote that we go back to the cave, since that is a decently
That would be a
built-up
very
area.
safe place, yeah.
Plus, we could go and talk to the giant once more.
There is a lab there as well.
And might
Oh
be
yeah,
the
that'd be great for you, Quartle and Gunther. I don't actually know their names, I don't think.
You do not. What were you saying, Blake?
I think that might be the best bet for now. I mean, we can't expect to travel completely safe distance away, so that's a good plan to go there.
Who's gonna care about a random cave in the woods anyway?
Would I have seen, like, their attack point at all while I was flying above everything?
Yes, you would have seen their they were all just piling into the harbor and bombarding everything with cannon fire.
Gunther, what is the range on this artillery cannon?
I like the way you think. It is enough. But it is inaccurate.
Well, we don't know exactly where they are anyway. Should I just fire one shot for fun?
Why not?
Okay, I'm gonna load one shot.
As you guys, are you still driving?
No, I would have stopped just within the range.
All right. As you all stop, you see in the distance some red armored guards sitting around. One of them, they all have horses. They're drenched in rain. One of them is missing an arm. One of them has bandages over his eye. The other is got some nasty burns. One of them just hails you all down. They immediately glare at you. Well, maybe you don't want to go to the refugee camp then.
I stare back at him. I have a more commanding presence than this knight.
Yeah, you do. He starts to get a little uncomfortable.
For the heck of it, I'm gonna intimidate this man.
All right, roll intimidation.
Nice.
Yeah, that works.
19.
I have a plus 15 to this, baby.
That's a plus 15? I thought that was a plus 5.
No. Expertise go
Oh
crazy.
my gosh.
Dude.
He kind of takes a step back and looks away. We're all trying to evacuate to Three Towers. It's a city to the northeast of here.
How safe will it be?
Safer than here. It's close to Advarnia, which is the capital of the Tri-Isles.
I presume it would be well fortified then.
No, but it's not as important as Mariner's Haven.
Sounds like a siege destination. Top 5 destinations to siege on the way to the capital.
I look at Gunther and say, I guess we shouldn't waste any ammunition.
I mean, I presume that big explosion took out the majority of whatever forces they had in there, along with all of the citizens.
They were all over the city.
Well, how big was the explosion? I thought it covered all of the city. I thought it was like a nuke.
No, it was about a fifth of Mariner's Haven got obliterated in that blast.
I see. You guys really should have planted more of those.
It was not supposed to be a bomb originally. It just happened to be a very good bomb.
It's supposed to be... It was the engine, right, Gunther?
Yes.
Yeah, it was supposed to just be an engine.
The liquid divinity engine.
So...
Yeah, the nuke.
Are we voting on the refugee camp or the cave?
I would prefer the cave personally, but we can go and visit the refugee camp, I suppose.
Just a visit, yeah.
Information gathering is very important.
I need to go to sleep very badly.
I was about to say, this would be sometime in the evening, wouldn't it?
It would. It's getting pretty late. One of the guards just kind of rubs his eyes. He's like, "Yeah, if it weren't for those 3 adventurers stepping up and really helping out, we wouldn't have been able to set up the refugee camp at all."
What adventurers? Tell me their names.
One of them was that Kyle dude. Hangs out at the bar
so we will
sometimes.
not be going to the refugee camp at all, ever.
Hold on.
Ivan, Don't get any ideas. I know it's very within you.
Wait, no, I'm trying to figure out. Were you there for that? Because I think you said you ran on.
I mean,
yeah, he didn't. You didn't hear anything about it.
My bad.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I was just trying to make sure. I was trying to figure out a time to kind of let you guys know about that, but it didn't come up.
Yeah.
So thankfully, only the 2 most stable party members know about it.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm gonna climb off the car, reattach my head.
One of the guards.
you're
you
not.
have a
And
neck.
Yeah, and I'm gonna turn to the party. We are not going to that refugee camp.
You see Blake emphatically nod her head.
Kyle.
What happened?
He's literally just Kyle. Like, with a name like that, how harmless could it be?
How do I put this? Our biggest problem right now is in that refugee camp.
Oh.
Kyle is not Kyle. He's someone named Alexander.
Oh, that's much more scary.
Cecil,
rename
you
yourself.
go ahead and make a history check.
Okie dokie, ba ba da ba ba. I'm not good at this.
You think you've heard it once, maybe?
Hey, Clive. Do you know anything about this
Clive?
Alexander person?
Let me.
Who is Clive?
I keep messing his name up. I keep calling him Cecil.
He kind of lowers his brow in concentration and looks up. No, I don't believe I. 1 second, please.
I just realized how mega
He's like-
strong he is.
Yeah, he held up that pillar pretty well. He kind of lowers his eyebrows and is just like, 1 second, please. I believe I. Oh yes. Right. Oh dear. Alexander. Let me pull up my notes. I know, bad DM. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. I've done a horrible performance this entire time.
Alexander Stern.
Hamilton.
From the Stern.
Oh my goodness.
From the
It can't
Stern
be.
line of nobility. Their family has been facing difficult times recently, and eventually lost their title, but never stopped attempting to help out where they could.
So he's a goody two shoes?
Let's just say the Stern family has had quite a few, I suppose you would call them stocks, with Planetar Pharmaceuticals.
Oh, goodness, I'm going to kill him.
Oh, you
Take
don't
me to
know
the
the
refugee
half of
camp
it. No,
immediately.
no. Hold on. And I'm gonna actually grab.
Planetar Pharmaceuticals.
I'm grabbing Cecil by the collar. Listen. Everyone we know is against us, including our enigmatic friend, Free.
Well, I don't think he was on our side to begin with, being real with you.
Him,
Should've just left it in that
Sophia,
cage.
What a show.
and that night killed. What was his name? Dang it! I drew a blank
Lord
on
Erickson.
Erickson. That's what it was. They killed Erickson, and they're responsible for the siege. And Free is the one who helped them.
Sorry, who's Sophie?
She was the secretary.
Ah, the nameless woman.
Mm-hmm.
She tried to bring me tea.
And I'll let go of Cecil's collar at this point.
Cecil, if we
So
go
if
there,
you think
we're all
we're in the
dead.
condition at the moment to go and take them on, you're about as crazy as I am.
Sorry, it was a little bit of past rage and hatred and rivalries and gosh, I hate Planetar.
I'm going to say to the knight, do you have anyone who can treat against poison at the refugee camp?
Oh, wait, I can do that thing now. We can see if it works.
Oh. Should we really do that?
Well, I mean, it won't cause any adverse side effects. I mean, no harm, no foul.
Can I, like, medicine check what he just said by no
Go ahead.
adverse side effects?
Go ahead.
19.
You're really good at medicine. You're not so good at magic. It sounds feasible, but you're not sure how magic works all that much, aside from liquid divinity and your studies into that.
Okay. We can try
Alright.
it.
Quattle.
She kind of jerks away.
Name.
Yes? Quattle's real name is Quattle, yeah?
I put a hand on her head and I go, enlarge and
Wait,
reduce.
pull her out of the car first.
I would assume I already have by this point.
All right, you pull her out of the car. She immediately just kind of winces.
Quattle does not like the rain.
Oh, do we have like one of those things RVs have where you have like a
No, you don't.
side covering? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna use enlarge and reduce on Quattle.
All right, you do so. Go ahead and make me just a general charisma check. I just want to see. Yes. With a 14, I'm going to say that as the magic suffuses her body and she grows larger and larger and larger, doubling in size and octupling in weight, she kind of coughs a few times.
Quattle,
Gunther just hands her a little handkerchief. She just
oh, thank you.
and takes the handkerchief and kind of coughs into it. When she pulls it away, it's darker colored.
Quattle feels a little better.
Just keep coughing. Force yourself to cough.
Quattle cough.
Oh my god.
And she does her best. After a little bit of this, she just kind of nods.
Quattle does feel better. Quattle's still sleepy though.
You can turn it off now, Klaus.
Yep. Magic noise.
And I'll get Callan to put her back in the car.
Yeah, she makes a sound like a transformer.
I look to Klaus. Thank you.
Hey, it's just a part of the business.
And I'm going to give him a hug.
I don't refuse it.
Oh.
Thank you.
Development.
I release him after a couple seconds.
It's disgusting.
I'm sorry.
Ugh, I'm gonna have to steam the suit.
Clive nods. It will be done, my lord.
Oh, I'm so glad you're alive.
He just kind of smiles. And are you?
To the cave then?
To the cave.
The guards kind of shrug. All right. Well, we'll let everybody at the refugee camp know we should be expecting you.
No.
If you ever choose to.
No. You did not see us. You did not speak to us. We were not here.
Literally, you've forgotten our existence.
Hey, Blank. Maybe we should go and pick up
What?
Remy and Spike.
Oh,
I don't
right.
feel very safe with them being there.
Me neither.
I believe we've probably outrun them at this point. They can't have made it.
Oh yeah, they were on foot probably.
We should go pick them up first. I don't want the idea of them spending the night in that camp.
I mean, yeah, sure, if we can find them.
Did we go
Where'd
through
they
the
leave?
same gate that they went through?
Yes. I said northern gate earlier, but it would have been the eastern gate. It's my fault. My bad.
So did we run into them?
Gonna say you did not.
Because they only had like 5 minutes or so before we came.
I know.
out.
Evil DM is what you're saying.
Running with adrenaline can really make you fast.
Evil
Not
DM.
evil
Do anything
DM.
to Spike and Remy, we will kill you. I know your address.
I could send my bird to look for them.
Yeah, do that.
I open a little hatch and he flies out. I'm gonna
All right.
instruct him to look for... What do they look like, Klaus?
Bakugo.
Look for Bakugo.
Accurate.
Word.
And I'm gonna send him to fly off.
Alright, you do so. Okay. So you're all heading off to the cave?
Yeah.
Correct.
Alright. You start the car back up, get yourselves loaded back in, and go ahead and make your way back through the forest. The car, it's going to be a little rough for the car to get through this.
I could use Mulder to like make the land in front of us flatter.
That's going to take a long time.
Yeah, that's true.
I could always use tidal wave to clear a bit.
It'll be fine. Let's just go.
Let's see how strong you made this car.
I
Alright.
didn't armor the Did I armor the tires?
I'm going to say you did. You spent an entire day and all of your points and all of your
Yeah.
equipment literally just making this car more armored.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say it's pretty safe to be in this.
All
I'm gonna say
right.
it's pretty safe to be in this thing.
Okay. I drive to the cave then.
Alrighty. So who's driving?
I assume me, since Clive is out of commission.
Yeah, he's not looking super hot.
And Klaus doesn't know how to drive.
No, of course I don't. Why would I need to?
Okay.
For situations like this.
Klaus, your car is horrible. Why do you have to manually put it into gear? This is terrible.
I don't know. I just bought the thing.
Next time, buy from me.
A businessman.
All right, if you can make something better.
My car automatically
I mean,
did
I only have like 2,000 gold on me, so
it. Not now. I don't mean now.
I mean I can give you some of my stocks, I guess. I have some in the ancients. I have some ancient stocks.
I'm okay.
I have.
I start
You like the
speeding.
Flame of Tomorrow or Iron Forge Reborn? No,
I like the
no?
Iron Forge.
Oh, here, yes, I can give you some of their stocks. They're pretty good.
Maybe
They've actually been on an upward trend recently.
I hate this so much. Maybe when we're done with all of this.
Alright. So, I'm gonna go ahead and say the car is basically a tank at this point. It manages to smash through any trees in its way. Unfortunately, the one thing that is holding you back at the moment is fuel.
Oh no.
Car's getting a little low.
Okay.
Does anyone have a create gasoline spell?
Wait.
No way you brought
Wait.
the alchemy
Do
jug.
you?
I have the alchemy jug.
Oh, let's go!
Oh boy.
Oh,
I haven't thought of it since I grabbed it. Oh, let me pull it up.
Can it create gasoline?
Oh, I remember I got it so I can get like flammable liquid to set things
Oh
on fire.
my
So hold on, we'll
gosh.
see.
it cannot create gasoline specifically.
Would you
It can create oil.
Could it still?
It can create oil.
There you go.
I can create 1 quart.
Me, Gunther, Quaddle, and Callan could probably make that into gasoline,
It's
though.
true. It's true.
Plus, there's an alchemy station at the cave.
Yeah.
You'll probably be able to make a lot.
I gather 1 quart of oil and hand it to them.
All right. How do you? In what?
Into
In
the
the
jug.
jug.
No, the way that the jug works is you have to pour it out in order to
Oh.
produce it.
I mean, I have like a teacup.
Definitely think it's gonna work. Yep.
Oh, did you guys see that? That was a deer. Did you see that?
Yeah, you almost hit it, actually.
Oops.
All right, moving through the forest towards the cave, you eventually arrive at the yawning mouth of the otherwise. You actually see Villavuthax just kind of hanging out, sitting on the ground, his arm grabbing his shoulder of his missing arm, and his legs crossed. He kind of raises his eyebrows as he sees the car approaching.
No, Villavuthax.
Oh, hello.
I stick my head out the window. We're back, Villavuthax.
Hello.
You mind
All
if
is
we crash
well?
at your place?
All is not well.
What? All right.
I'm gonna park the car like right in front of the cave, right beside the mouth of it.
All right.
Can we park it like in the cave? I don't want it to get wet.
I'm gonna
Covered
make.
in blood and soot. And
I'm gonna use.
maybe water would be good for it.
I'm gonna use mold
Well, I
earth
was
to
going
make like a
clean,
little
so-
carport for it.
Yeah, garage.
Yeah, garage.
you see Clive's eyes kind of flash with inspiration.
We can sell this.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
I will also put the artillery cannon. Like I'll mold a little bit of earth for it. Beside.
Oh, yeah, could we
All right.
attach that to the top of the car?
That
No.
would be very bad.
The artillery piece is. Let's just say there's a reason it has its own foundation.
You know, I maybe could make a cannon, like a mortar, and put it on the top.
I believe that would be incredibly bad for the suspension.
Yeah, it would be horrible.
Well, then why not just use something other than wheels?
Quaddle kind of perks up and blinks a little bit.
Oh, Quattro has been researching alternative forms of wheels. Quattro started trying to make a giant spider, but that is not feasible.
She looks very sad.
Maybe
What if we
like,
use the same properties as like a caterpillar or something? Having multiple legs to pull
Quaddle gives
along.
you Quaddle gives you finger guns.
That was Quattro's next idea. Quattro wants the bed.
She looks exhausted. Gunther too. He's kind of like nursing his arm. He's just I
Are there any
need a
beds in
place
this place?
to rest. There were, and then Hearth fireballed it.
blew it up.
Ha!
It was either that or we take like 5 minutes to fight them. I'm going.
Ah!
I'm gonna ask Callan to pull Gunther and Quaddle inside of the cave, and I'm gonna walk in.
Yes, sir. He does so.
Thank you.
All right.
Blank or Cassia, would one of you like to come with me and be my muscle?
I can.
Sure.
I like how you don't ask the two males. This is
Well-
very demeaning.
Well, I assumed you were out of spells.
Well, yeah, I know. What?
You're not?
No.
What?
I'm very spelthy.
How?
Stealthy.
I hate that term, but continue.
I hate that also. What in the world?
Also, I literally have telekinesis.
I'm just gonna walk in. Any of you can follow me if you want.
No, actually, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, I knew you would, and that's also why I didn't ask you.
I can help.
I'm gonna follow along.
Yeah. Cassia also goes help.
Is Viathan okay now?
Oh, never better.
Really?
What do you think?
I'm happy you're better now.
Better's a relative term. Let's just get through this.
I'm happy you're able to walk around.
Do you still have that gun I gave you?
I gave it to my robot.
You think I could borrow it at some point?
Sure. Why?
It's gonna pull a Reiner.
Why?
It's just a simple request.
Yeah, you can borrow it.
Good.
Okay. I would like to walk to the room with all of the robots.
You do so.
Would one of you be able to drag one of them out of the room for me?
I start immediately dragging it.
I'll go
It's
drag it.
shockingly heavy. I
Oh.
need both of you to make just general strength checks, please.
General strength. Okay.
Holy hot dang! Yeah, you guys just firemen carry these guys out of here.
I just need you
Heck,
guys.
Blank gets 2.
I need you guys to be here in case it attacks me. I would like to try and maybe rewire one of them and see if I can make it work for me. Would that be possible?
You'll have to see and find out. There's a laboratory that you can use.
I will bring it to the laboratory.
Okay. The laboratory is not smelling great since the remains of the brute are still down there.
Okay, once we get there, I would like to just try and rewire it.
Alright, go ahead and make me an invention check.
That is intelligence with proficiency, right?
Correct.
So
And your
just
proficiency... So everybody's proficiency went up on the last level up, so...
it's just a saving throw then.
Yeah, it'll be the same.
27.
Dang. Yeah, you immediately crack this thing open, and it's going to take probably a majority of a day,
Okay.
but you can easily get it done.
After like maybe 10 minutes of work, I realize it looks like it's gonna be okay, and I tell them, I think I'm okay now. You guys don't have to worry about me anymore. Thank you. Thank you for being my protection.
You're welcome. It wasn't very hard.
I'm just gonna
right.
work on that.
All right, Cecil and Cassia, what are you doing?
I'm trying to make a bed.
Okay. It's you kind of sift through what remains in what used to be the barracks. There's not really much to work with, honestly.
Hmm.
I feel like Cecil would be the one to just sleep in the back of the car.
Yeah, honestly. It's like leather seats, dude.
All right, Cassia.
She's just kind of, I don't know if anybody would have noticed, but she's kind of been out of it since they left, kind of just zoned off, not really paying attention to much around her. But now that it's been kind of brought to her attention, she's going to walk up to Villa with 2 sacks. And
Oh my god.
kind of pat it and be like, so, would you like me to fix your foot?
He kind of raises his eyebrows in surprise. I thought he was going to take a day.
Not for me.
Oh my goodness.
All right
Like-
then.
Cast regenerate.
Terrible.
All right, you do so. And over the course of the next 10 minutes, he watches in awe as both his leg and his arm slowly grow back.
Both of them.
Both of them, yeah.
I'm sorry. I know you wanted a robotic arm, but
No, this is very cool to see.
Magic's kind of neat, right?
Unfortunately, magic can't make me a bed. Ugh. Oh wait, actually, hold up, it can.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
So
as you go ahead.
could I get Callan to bring Gunther and Quaddle into the laboratory?
Yes. As they walk in, their eyes kind of widen and look around. Gunther immediately starts rubbing his chin and examining everything. Ah, this is a biomechanical laboratory.
Something like that.
Quaddle walks over to the corpse of Brute and immediately plunges her hands into its innards and starts sifting through.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
That is
This is
disgusting.
very interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Quattle.
She kind of stands up and shakes her hands off and hides them behind her back.
Quattle got excited. Sorry.
I have a feeling she's gonna fit in just fine.
And
Well, the good thing is there's still a live one in the tube.
yeah, I'll point to the live one actually.
Oh,
Yeah, Quaddle bounces over, all excited, and immediately starts looking at the small table in front of the tube, trying to comprehend the notes.
Would Callan be able to help me rewire this guy's brain?
Yeah, he would be able to assist. So instead, it would probably take about half a day then.
Okay. That's all I think.
All right.
I see.
As you all get settled into this little area and contemplate the situation that you're all currently in, we're gonna go ahead and take a break.
Okay.
Fair.
Break time, yeah.
Break time, everybody.
We love breaking. Break my legs, please. And Casey can heal her with her revitalize, with her skeleton.
Yep. So we'll be back. We'll be back at about 2:40, give or take.
Okay.
Okay.
Sound good?
That works.
And then we'll go till like what, 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Good.
I'm glad all of us are in
know,
agreement.
so.
I mean, yeah. He never disagreed.
Definitely.
Oh, what a session so far.
For real.
Everything got turned upside down.
Oh,
I
I almost had to reveal a little backstory. That was close.
that was so good, by the way. By the
That was
way.
close.
I was sitting over here like, he
The
has
voice
emotions.
cracking.
Oh my word.
Oh my lord, he feels things.
Not a lot, but
Do
that
two
changed
people
very
have father
quickly.
figures now?
Oh, he's not a father figure. What are you yapping about?
I'm sorry if I'm not doing
doing
much. I think I have a fever and also pounding headache. So I'm kind of like focused at times.
No, that's
And I'm
completely
I'm
understandable.
not, and I'm like, I should be doing more. So instead, I'm just gonna say, with Revelations, Cassie's just kind of out of it right now. Just
That's fair.
I mean, yeah, he literally looked you in the face and said, "You have a dual soul. Your god's lying to you."
so it kind of works.
You know, at the end
And
of
then
the last session, I was kind of worried that, like, oh, everyone's going to have to deal with everything normal, and I'm going to have to be the odd one out. Now I don't feel so out of place.
no, just maybe not.
No moments of rest.
I'm doing art now because something happened in the session that was cool, and now my brain can't stop thinking about it.
Better do it now in the 2-minute break we have.
That's what I'm doing. Literally, that's what I'm doing.
Speed draw before Luke gets back.
I'll send part of it that I've done so far.
Look at Viathan go. He's such a funny guy.
I need that gun.
There's like 5
That
billion
Massey is
things
laughter.
there's 5 billion things I'm gonna draw from this session, just so you guys know. It's too
Can
many.
someone kind of remind me what a dual soul is? I know it was brought up in the session I wasn't here, and I don't exactly remember. I kind of do, but I don't know if anybody.
All I really know is two souls that have been
Yep.
stitched together, but I'm not really sure
Pretty
if it's
much.
been explained what that actually does to the person.
Yeah, pretty
Well,
much.
I mean, it was like for Arya, right? Her soul was also in the drow.
But, like, it didn't make sense because the personality, it definitely wasn't my Arya. I would know that. There was no recollection. Like, but then he's saying the same thing, like, they performed nearby. Like, there's a lot of details. Like it doesn't come together just yet. Like how they actually work. What does it actually do?
Yep.
Didn't he
exactly.
say that like the stronger soul takes control? Like the
It,
stronger
yeah,
soul
he
is
said they can
more
either work in
dominant?
tandem or one can dominate over the other.
Which I guess is what's happening with Casey.
I guess. So
Yeah,
much
you
so
have-
that she's not aware of it.
I get maybe some of your personality is being influenced, or like you were created to be some kind of spearhead for this cult. I don't know.
That would make
Ooh.
sense. With her
Because I mean,
backstory.
everyone said that you're like the death god messiah or something.
Mm-hmm. I'm not a good
And-
cult leader. My poor cult is.
How many spell slots do you have left, Justin?
Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
How?
9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
How?
He's a full caster, brother.
I have
I
one.
have so many spell slots.
I have one left.
Hey, you know how many? You know how many I get in total?
You have
Do you
half
know
the
how many-
slots he does. You're a half caster.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Sai has like 2.
I do. I have 2 spells.
Cringe Warlock, Cringe
Oh my
Warlock.
gosh.
Can you use anything above 5th level spells? 5th level? 5th level spell, 7th level spells, 6th level spells. Come on, such a baby, such a baby. Imagine not being able to use all these cool two of the cool spells.
You're evil.
He can kill you in 2 hits.
Shut up.
That's true.
Listen, all those spells are fine until someone just absolutely decks you.
I have a reaction. I have spells for that. Don't worry about it. I have
Have you
resources.
seen the
for
number
that.
she rolls?
No, it's fine. I got this.
Tally ho, spell boy.
Nah,
I mean,
I'd
I
win.
think my max AC that I can have is 23.
Wow. Mine would
Nice.
be 24. Ha!
I gave a knight a. This was just a level 20 knight. With only items I gave him, I was able to give him a 32 AC.
Wow.
I turned a level 20 character into a boss, and it's amazing.
All right. You
How do
guys
people
ready to
hit-
get back into it?
Yeah, sure. I want a bed.
You want a bed? Let me finish my chewy bar. How are you guys liking the session so far?
I love
It's
it.
really good.
Great.
So close to being emotionally traumatizing.
I was
so close.
I was broken when you said it was getting attacked, but now things are looking good. I mean, things can only
Okay.
get worse from now.
The whole time this was happening, I was just thinking, suffer as I have suffered.
Man, this one's emotional trauma with him.
You know, something I realized is that when I started running out of tea in real life, things went bad.
Sign.
Every single time I play a session of this, I always drink some form of tea.
Man, it's getting into
you have
character.
to
Hey,
get
Sarah.
into the
Yes,
close
hello.
mindset.
Do you have inspiration?
I think I used it last session. I'm not gonna lie.
I used mine last session.
Go
as
ahead.
well.
Okay. Go ahead and have some more.
Yay!
Your reaction to Spike saying that's her family was exactly what I was looking for.
That was good.
Yeah,
That was
let's
very
go!
good. That was very good.
Light
Well
doesn't
done.
know what family is.
Oh,
Justin, are you dumb?
Nope. I mean, she knows what they are. She just doesn't really care because she's never met hers.
I don't think you understand.
Because yeah, I was nerve wracking. I knew she's shifting over right from her alignments, and I was trying to figure out how to that would shine through, and I was getting little bits and pieces of it.
It's very good. Well done.
Gosh, Gunther
Yeah.
is so cool.
Luke, you said I can replace my... I can't remember what they're called, but my racial, like, things. Oh. You
Go ahead.
You said I can replace, like, my racial things during a long rest, right? Like, I can switch
That
them
is
out.
correct.
Okay.
And remember, it will change some things, so keep that in mind.
Yeah. You said
Oh.
I would have to roll for it, though.
Are any of us humans?
Me.
You don't count.
Yeah.
What do you mean I don't count? That's racist.
Literally,
Eli,
yes.
when I
Yes.
say you'll have to make a roll, it's
Oh.
it's an invention roll.
Oh, okay. That's fine then.
I literally don't think you can fail. Actually,
I don't think so. Unless I roll a natural one.
yeah,
What's up?
yeah. So just
It said I got a notification from you, but there's nothing here.
I sent you a piece of artwork and then I deleted it because it's not done yet, so I thought better of it.
she does that.
Don't tease
so
me like
often.
that.
She really
Infuriating.
does.
You know what? Just for that, I'm putting more in the D&D art of what you sent me.
No, I don't! Oh my gosh, please. I think that's some of the worst. Okay.
No, it's amazing.
Oh, you will actually have Black Mirror to me the day I die, and it's awful.
Listen. You already got rewarded for it. You don't have to stress.
All right, you guys ready?
Let's do it.
Yeah, sleepy time.
All right.
Lemur.
Eeny, meeny, miny.
What?
Why are you doing that?
Oh,
Why are you eating mini
don't
money
say
in your
that,
money?
please.
Nothing.
Please.
Don't worry about it. You're fine. You guys are fine. All right. So, the end of this chaotic day. Where would you all be located? Remember, there
In the
is.
car, sleeping.
All right. So Cecil's in the garage.
I'm in the laboratory.
All right. So you're in the laboratory with Quaddle and Gunther.
And Callan and the robots.
Yes.
Blake is not in the cave. She woke up early and went outside and was kind of
This
letting-
will be at the end of the day.
Okay. Then regardless, she's outside, kind of in the cold air, and she's trying to be almost as much fire letting off. She's trying to basically let off some steam.
Right.
A lot has happened.
Yeah, it's true.
Cassie is gonna kind of wander from the group to a private area where she can
All right.
talk to Miracle.
All right. So you wander past Blank and into the forest. Rain is slowly dripping down through the canopy. You're alone for the moment.
Okay. She's gonna try and summon Miracle to speak with
Okay.
him. Meditate.
So, as you sit down and close your eyes, you feel that same presence come down.
You called my acolyte?
What did that man mean? You lying to me?
What would I have to lie about?
I don't know. I don't even really know what a dual soul means.
Are you curious about the soul?
Yes? Why wouldn't I be?
Well, I suppose that's fair. You know the story of your birth.
Of course.
It wasn't your body that was the issue.
Wasn't?
No. From the moment of your conception, your soul was unstable.
And what does that mean?
When they asked me to save you, I stabilized it. Long, long ago, there was a man who was running from me. He found multiple ways to achieve immortality. And
one day, as luck would have it, made a very simple bet with someone. This soul was already close to death. Not in the way that most mortals are, but walking the same path. She was closer to death than any mortal, except for the Raven Queen when she was still mortal. Though I don't think she knew it. When she made this deal with the immortal man, she has no idea what she did. She sealed her fate, her soul, into his hands. And one day, I finally caught up to him. But, sly creature that he was, used her as a bargaining chip. So, here is a soul acquainted with death, already walking in its tenets. What better use than to use that soul to stabilize the soul of the one I would eventually call my acolyte?
So you're saying I'm connected to this person? Or I became her?
She fuels you. Like the food you consume. You are not... It is impossible to overstate how powerful a mortal soul is. You will not exhaust her. And when your tenure as my acolyte comes to an end, when you finally embrace me, I will free her.
Who is she?
She was a simple girl, thrown into a time of turmoil. She loved plants, always decorated herself with them. But she was called to do something greater. She was a witness of the Night of the Blood Rivers.
No way.
I'm sorry.
I believe her name was Penny.
I knew this was coming.
No way.
Oh my gosh. I don't even know how to react to that.
She had a certain artifact that brought her closer to death than anyone ever had any right to. And when she made this deal with the immortal man, it was beneficial for me.
But this will have no actual effect on me, right?
If anything, it is an advantage. Any effects that affects the soul will have to get through both of your defenses.
Okay. I am sorry for questioning your judgment.
It's been an emotionally tumultuous time, I understand.
Thank
But
you.
You are welcome, my acolyte. Do not forget your position. Do not forget how much I have invested into this moment. I will descend
not.
back on this world. I will claim it as my own. Although, I'm starting to realize that there are multiple influences trying to come through at the same time. It's rather disturbing. Keep an eye out for the contractors from the Nine Hells. They were up to something.
Of course, and no matter what, I will make sure that your plan goes through, no matter what I have to do.
I bestow upon you a new title, my acolyte. I've noticed the influence of this free individual on you, and quite frankly, I find myself a little jealous. So, I shall reward you as well. You are Cassia, acolyte of Mirkul, the daughter of death itself.
Thank you, my lord.
And with this new title comes power. Use it well.
I will.
And the presence, it's almost like a little squeeze on the shoulder and then fades. Essentially, what your new title as Daughter of Death means is you can cast the Finger of Death spell at will.
Oh, let's go. What in the world?
Yo.
Oh my god.
What? What?
Level.
Oh my. I don't even
Are
know
you
what
sure?
to do.
Are you
Who's-
sure you did? Are
Who's
you
a good
sure
caster now, Cecil?
Oh my
I can
god.
only use 2 7th level spells. This isn't fair. Crying about it.
Oh my god.
Seething, molding even.
I'm not expecting that at all.
You've been doing exceptionally well. You've been doing exceptionally well, helping the cult, and just spending a lot of time with them, making sure that everything's good on their end. You have proved your dedication and received your first boon from Mirkul, the Lord of the Passing.
Let's go.
This specific version of Finger of Death does not raise the person as a zombie for obvious reasons.
Okay.
Okay. Sounds good.
Still, that's 78 damage just for free. Wow.
That's insane.
78 plus 30.
Yo!
Oh god.
That's like a cringe disintegrate.
Yeah. Except it does half damage on a failed save. Instead of missing entirely.
Oh my gosh. Goodness.
Who's cringe now?
Alright.
Bro, I took light and I felt so powerful, and now it's just like, okay.
Alright. So,
Please.
would anyone else like to finish off the day doing anything specifically?
I'm just hoping to finish rewiring the guy's brain, then go to sleep.
Alright. So you all slowly drift off on this day to the sound of...
I know how I'm going to sleep.
Go ahead.
You mentioned something about the only repercussions I can have to damaging myself would be head injuries, right?
Yes.
So we're just gonna we're gonna do enough brain trauma to where it's gonna be easy to pass out without having to think about anything.
Easily enough.
Just head into the wall until I'm just unconscious. Easy
Okay.
enough.
Gosh.
Easy enough. Yeah. Okay.
Goodness.
As the walls echo with sickening thwacks,
Oh,
Hearth.
come on.
Hearth starts working in earnest on this on these machine creatures. Cecil laments not having a bath.
So upset.
Cassia, you return to the cave and you still find Blank there. The rain has died down, but it is cold.
She approaches Blank, and does Blank like radiate heat? Right.
Pretty much.
She's gonna kind of get close.
Yeah, it's chilly.
just to feel the heat. Be like, I hope you don't mind. You are quite warm, and out there is very cold.
No, it's alright. It's honestly the least I can do.
Can I pop out of the car real quick?
Yeah.
Blank, quick question. Would you two mind sleeping in the car? Because I just realized that you do emit heat, and the car is very enclosed space, so it would be rather toasty.
I need some time to clear my head, honestly. But
Go sit in the rain. It'll probably do that. It's very cold.
Fine. Later. A little later.
Cool. I'm going to sleep.
Good night, Cecil.
Goodbye. Prestidigitation to clean myself off.
the poor caster's bath.
For real.
Such a shame.
All right. And as the moon begins to rise in the skies behind the clouds, Blank, you stare off into the distance. Is there anything else you would like to do?
She does want to pick up her doll out of her belt and kind of hold it in front of her and look at the hand where it shot out and hurt Friedrich. And
It's just a normal doll arm.
what are you? What am I? Why am I here? And why do I not know anything? I feel like you, strangely enough, have the answers to this.
The doll seems to lift up its head for the first time, not trying to hide its movements in the movements of others. Just looking at you. Trapped.
Trapped? Who's trapped? You can't just say one cryptic word and then go silent. If you can say words, you should speak to me.
Soon. Trapped.
What does that mean? You gotta explain something. I'm at my wit's end with this. I know nothing. My friends, I'm not even sure they're good people anymore. I'm not even sure I'm a good person anymore. And you're not gonna say anything, are you? Just your stupid little soon. Is that it? Is that all from you? That's it. I'm just expect to figure this out myself. See how it is? Cassia is standing.
I'd imagine she's sitting down and turned away respectfully.
Yes, but just listening.
Know this. I understand that there is my desires and desires I'm not even sure are mine, but I am angry. After today, I am angry. There are so many things that happened that were injustice to the people that I consider now close. And yes, maybe it will align with what your soon is, which is burning the things that I need to. And I do want to find my parents, but I feel so lost. And I'll just leave this here. And she takes our doll and sets it down on the rock and heads towards where the car is.
As you set it down,
Mhm.
yeah, as you set it down, the eyes start to flicker red erratically, almost in a panic.
And she just stares at it because she knows a second ago how panicked she just felt, and it said nothing. And she walks to the car.
All right. Cassia, I need you very quickly make a wisdom check.
Okay, hold on. Let me. Where is it? There we go.
Just a wisdom check, not a save. All right,
Yep.
the 14. Something. There's something very strange about that doll. You're getting an odd feeling from it. Now that it's
She kinda-
away from Blank and no longer distracted by the heat that normally comes off of her, you realize that there's heat coming from the doll as well.
She kind of just stares at it, just watching it. It's always been a little weird.
In a strange, twisted way, something almost feels familiar about it. You're not sure what. But there's something inside you that's calling out to whatever that doll is.
Can she kind of shift and try and pick it up?
As you walk over towards the doll and you pick it up off of its rock, the wind seems to pick up ever so slightly. The doll's eyes light up red. Tune. And you hear its voice.
Have we not been able to hear it? Or is it this?
Nope.
Oh, she kind of flinches back and doesn't even know what to think of it.
Okay, go ahead and I want you to make me an Arcana check.
Okay. I have.
With an 11, let me roll something real quick. Something in your blood is calling out to this doll. That's the best way you can describe it. In the strangest way possible. It almost feels like you're related.
Oh. She doesn't really know what to think about it. Relate. Oh my gosh. Oh, I don't know what to do.
The relation doesn't feel that close, if that's what you're thinking.
Okay, never mind.
But it
Okay.
does. There's something about your very makeup, and there's something about this doll that's just very similar.
She's very confused. Doesn't really know what to do. But she's just gonna hold on to the doll because Blank left, and also it's warm. And so she's gonna kind of sit down and just hold it. Like she, in a way, almost likes the familiar feeling, but it's very concerning at the same time. So she's just
Yeah. That's
hold it.
definitely the best way to describe it.
and
as-
look at it.
Yeah. And as the moon raises high in the
There's
evening
one thing I
sky-
would like to do, please.
No? Hey. You don't hear any outro music,
no.
do you?
Oh, okay.
Alright.
You stopped the music.
Okay.
Now you're going to
I
play
meant
it.
before the night passes.
Alright, go ahead.
Okay, I would like to change out my racial thing. I would just like to
Alright.
roll for that quickly.
Go ahead.
12. Can I use an intellect?
No,
jolt?
that actually passes.
Okay.
It's literally just a DC of 10. Like you
Okay.
can't fail it unless you roll a natural one.
All right.
Is anyone around while you're doing this?
I don't think so. We'd all either be in the car or at the mouth of the cave.
What about
Vythin's
Gunther
dead.
and
Gunther, Coddle, and Callan would be, yeah.
they stare at you
I pop off
as you're
little-
doing this.
I pop off some little hooks.
You don't have to describe, you don't have to describe everything that's going on.
Okay.
But they're just watching you in awe. Quaddle slowly taking steps forward as you go through this process. Gunther, at the end of it, just kind of crosses his arms and leans back and just goes, "You are something else, my friend."
Just so you know, they should be a little grossed out for this one.
All right. Well, while Gunther looks a little disturbed, Quaddle is not.
Well, I'm gonna go to
All
sleep
right.
now. Good night.
All
you two.
right. You do so. So the next morning, you all wake up to the misty morning. Vythin, you come back into consciousness. And,
Where?
yeah, what are you going to go ahead and do first thing in the morning? I would like to know.
Probably just step outside to check and see on everyone, see if everyone else seemed fine through the night.
All right. Everybody is
the mouth of
pretty...
the-
Okay, so you head out towards the mouth of the cave. As you do so, you stumble upon Gunther, who kind of, raises his eyebrows and gives a polite smile. "Ah, you must be Vythin, correct?"
Indeed. And you?
Yes, Hearth speaks quite highly of you. I'm Gunther. I was helping out Hearth the last few days on some of his inventions. And, oh. What is that?
What is what?
He points to the emblem you picked up from Lord Erickson.
Found this off of Lord Erickson after he was killed.
His eyes grow wide as he sees that. Oh, that is very important.
Is it?
Yes. I quite let it slip one time. She really should be more careful with this, what she says, but that is Lord Erickson's token of authority.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Normally, a bureaucrat of his standing should not have a token of authority. So if you put two and two together, what authority do you think it's talking about?
Probably something unnatural.
9.
Hmm?
Lord Erickson has two faces. The face of the public as the bureaucrat of good and all that. And the Dockmaster.
Ah, I remember he mentioned something about that. Never really cared to elaborate on it.
I don't think you understand how much power you hold in your hands there, my friend.
Then by all means, elaborate.
Very well. Lord Erickson was one of the most powerful figures in the underworld. He knows many powerful people, and his reach extends far. That was supposed to be inherited by the next Dockmaster. That was supposed to be passed on to the person that Lord Erickson wanted to inherit his entire empire. That token that you hold in your hand is a key to the underworld.
Well,
And?
it seems that who he was planning on passing it on to didn't want it.
9. Indeed, I still don't understand why Sophia would do such a thing. Lord Erickson loved her very much. It was kind of annoying for her to turn on him. I honestly cannot believe it.
A bit of an inconvenience.
Well, regardless, if you wanted to go to the next meeting of kings, you could, with that token.
The meeting of kings, and that would
Indeed.
be...
Oh, well, most of the heads of the major corporations around here will be present, including some of the underground lesser known Dark World bosses. I believe. What is this? Yeah?
You said most of the heads of organizations would be there, correct?
Yes.
Would the ancients fall under that category?
Oh, the ancients are very new into the black market, but yes, I believe so. Why?
I have a bit of business to discuss with their leader.
Ah.
Well,
Very well.
this turns out to be more useful than I intended.
Well, that is your key to get in. So I don't know how you would find it this year. They only contact the people directly. And if you have not been officially instated, well, you still can get in and basically take over the role of Lord Erickson in this meeting. I don't believe they would actually tell you the location. It's about this time that, Cecil, you're just taking a stroll. You heard a lot of that.
Oh. Hey, Viathan.
Yes.
Gunther, is it true what you just said about that thing he's holding?
Yes, indeed.
Well, I may just be able to help you with your little revenge plot.
Oh. And how would that happen?
You know I'm rich, right?
Well, of course.
Like mega ultra rich.
I'd assume that means you have some connection with these people.
I have a letter of invitation.
Do you now?
I know where it's going to be held, when it's going to be held, and I would assume the people who are going to be there, unless they changed around since last year.
Well then, you seem to have all the info, and I have the mark, as it were. So, what do you propose?
I was planning on attending the meeting anyway, so why not bring along the whole crew? It'll be a
You
fun
know
little
more about
scare.
these. You know more about these things than I do. Even if I bear this mark, would they be as accepting as just he happens to now have this in his possession?
I mean, how else would you?
You know that the only thing that matters is if you have the mark.
If you got the mark stolen, you weren't worthy of it. If you got the
Exactly.
mark taken away from you, you weren't worthy of it. And if you have the mark inherited, then you were totally worthy of it. If you have that mark, you're invited.
Well then, seems that I've recently acquired a new business.
Apparently. Congratulations, new Dark Master.
It doesn't seem like there's much left to my business at this point, but nonetheless, this is
You'd
an
be
interesting
surprised
turn
how
of
much
circumstance.
I've done a little bit of research into Lord Erickson myself, and I know that that dock was not all that he had. The amount of connections he had were probably more valuable than the dock itself.
Well, this type of underworld of business and bureaucrats is more your direction, not mine, so I'll be relying on you to give the explanations on what is and what should be done.
Don't worry, as long as you follow in my shadow, everything should go according to plan.
Very well then.
All right.
I wonder if I'll have to introduce you.
Okay, Hearth.
Me? Hello.
Yep. Actually, let's go ahead and save you for last. Blank and Cassia. Yeah, Blank and Cassia, you both wake up. Cassia, you are now in possession of the doll.
Yeah, she went to sleep holding the doll. Kind of just. She doesn't know whether to give it back to Blank or not. Like, she kind of wants.
All right, Blink. You also wake up and you had kind of fitful rest, all things considered.
Yeah. After that night of fitful rest, I do go back to find where my doll would be, where I last set it.
Okay. It's not too hard to see that Kazuya has it now.
And I guess I walk up to her, assuming the best, and I say, just thank you for keeping it safe.
She kind of just looks between Blank and the doll and she's just holding it. She doesn't really know what to do. She wants to be a good friend and give it back, but something he seems to be holding her. You can definitely tell there's some questioning on her face.
And he kind of... Oh, yeah, go ahead. Huh?
She's gonna... Do you mind if I maybe hold on to her for a little... Just a bit? I she'll still be in your area. I would just be keeping her with me for a time.
And you see Blank quite actually hard think about this before she says, Cassia, I would say yes, but that doll is quite literally all I have to my name. It's the only thing that can even possibly tell me who I am, or where my family is, or anything like that. And so she holds out her hand.
You can see her grip kind of like tighten on the doll a little bit, as you can just see the mental battle going on in her head. Just know what to do. But she sighs. And she kind of very unwillingly just kind of places it in Blank's hands. Just
all right.
stares at it.
Okay. You all gather inside of the... I'm going to say you all gather inside the laboratory. There's not really any other place inside here to really get together.
Oh, I can change that.
Oh, yeah?
How big is the area where they fought the giant?
Oh, fought the giant?
No, the big monster dude.
Behemoth. The
Behemoth.
2-story tall thing.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty tall. The ceiling's about 150 feet tall.
And that is the laboratory.
Yes,
And
that's the lab.
The width?
Not quite as big. It's only about... I'm going to call it 70 by 70.
Oof. Okay, well then we're going to go slightly outside, everyone. I need a little bit of space to do this. He cracks his knuckles, pulls out a deck of cards,
Ooh.
and goes, Temple of the Gods. And he throws a card on the ground.
With that, there's nothing happens for a second. And then the ground begins to light up with a brilliant gold that slowly turns into a green and blue color. Almost like mottled copper, oxidized copper. The light slowly becomes more and more intense. This is going to take an hour.
Yeah. So, an hour from now, we will have lodgings in all capacity.
That was actually quite impressive. The more magic you can do, the more it impresses me.
Yeah, you have to stay there and cast it for the whole hour.
Yeah, give me a few moments.
Yeah, nothing happened yet.
Just give it an hour.
And that's when you all notice Hearth's new appearance.
Oh, they can't see it.
Oh, okay.
No.
Never mind then.
It was not that one, though.
Okay, I gotcha. Cool. I like it. All right, so if there's anything anybody would like to do for that hour of time, feel free to do so. Gunther and Quaddle are just having.
Did I finish changing the robot last night, or did I not have enough time?
I mean, you could have, but you would still be asleep,
Oh,
and you would not have gotten a long rest.
Okay. Then never mind. I would have slept halfway through.
Okay. All right. Yeah, not a problem. So you would just continue work on that while Cecil's working on the temple.
Nice. Well, first I want to go over to Gunther and Quaddle and ask them, do either of you know how I could make like a gelling type of substance?
Are you talking about the sticky fires that you told us to look into?
Yes.
Yes, we're working on it. We're very close, as long as we have the materials, which we don't anymore. But,
I can ask Blink for help on that.
well, the fire isn't the problem.
The gelling substance.
Yes.
I don't know how I could get that. Huh. Okay.
Quaddle has found an alchemy lab. Quaddle has been working at it.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Typically, just pouring liquid divinity on something causes reactions.
Oh, really?
She kind of coughs out a little dust cloud.
Yeah.
Do I have any of that?
Yes, you always have a little bit of liquid divinity on you
Okay.
to power your spells.
Okay. Well, I just want to continue working on the robot then. That's all I'll do.
Okay. All right. So about an hour into the morning, it's about 7:30, 8 o'clock. There is well, you make the decision about the temple's appearance.
I'm going to say it looks like an office building.
All right.
Because well, Luke, you know what my god is, right?
Yep.
Snakes. Snakes represent evil, and money is money is evil incarnate. So where there is greed, there is evil, and an office building is exactly where greed would be.
Oh my gosh.
Man just made a boiler room.
So yeah, it's an office building. It's awful. It's using electricity inside. You're not even sure how that's possible. It's
How did you manage to make such a depressing looking building, Klaus?
Oh, it's my specialty.
This is horrible.
This is actually, yeah, this is not great. Could you literally have made anything else?
I mean, yeah, but this is where I feel comfortable. This is where I do all my business. This reminds me just of home.
Does it just
I guess
stay up
fair enough.
forever?
24 hours. I can cast it again.
Oh, okay.
If you want, I can change it next time. Fine.
He made him subconscious, guys. Good job.
I think I'll stay in the lab, personally.
But it has beds!
do you have a type of creature that you wanted to oppose when you created the temple?
Celestials.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna assume
Keep in mind the contractors are considered fiends.
Okay, then that's probably what I'm gonna do, actually. Because they're one of the biggest threats at the moment, and actually, I don't know if I count as a Celestial.
No, not really. You're a humanoid still.
Okay.
I'm used to sleeping on my desk. I'll be fine.
All this work. All the effort. Fine, anyone who wants to sleep in it can come back tomorrow and I'll make it better.
It's fine. I'll sleep in it. It looks lovely, Cecil.
All right. Are you going to check out the inside?
Oh yeah, this sounds cool.
All right. You step into the temple, and there's a magical flash of light.
I knew it! I called it! Oh,
Blank. There's a flash of light, and Blank, You and the doll both are sent flying back.
Oh.
You slide on the ground, having been rejected by the temple.
No way!
And that is where we're going to go ahead and end.
No!